You have what you need to make this journey. Hi, this is Z with Mind, Body, and Soul by Z. And I hope that you subscribe and like this video and subscribe to this channel. And let's get these things out and talk about them, especially before I forget. So, you have what you need for the journey. Let me tell you guys, some of us think that we are going nowhere in this life, when in all actuality we have a purpose and we have a definite direction. We may not always know it, but there is divine intervention, there is divine purpose in what we need to accomplish in this life if we would just allow it to be so let me tell you, start off with a little story. So at one time I was on a job, and this job was doing nothing but breaking me down. It was breaking me down, and it was a job that used my talent, and it was not a talentless job. And I'm not saying that all jobs are talentless, but there's some jobs that are so automated. Well, let me go back. All jobs require some level of efficiency and talent, because I know people, even someone who works at a fast food restaurant. You guys, I don't know about you, but it takes some degree of talent to work a drive-through window and deal with hundreds of people a day and multitask, because you got to take orders. And I see these girls sometimes. They're taking orders, taking an order from somebody behind you, getting your money, and they are making sure that your stuff is going to be ready when you get to the window or the next window. I mean, several things are going on at once, and those that have the talent to do it well. And we observe that, because what will happen is we get our food quickly, our order is correct, everything that we need is in the bag. That all requires some degree of talent. So I'm not going to minimize anybody's job. But then there are jobs like plumbers, electricians. Yes, you need a talent, but you also need to possess the skill. So back to my predicament. This job needed my talent and my skill. And y'all, I only thought I was going to be doing this temporarily, this talent job. I only thought I was going to do it temporarily. So I thought, you know what? It's not the ideal situation or the ideal place, but it'll help me do what I came there to do. I came there with some financial goals. So I figured, hey, I'll do it, make my little money, and then, be off to something else. And the more I did this job, the more I came into contact with other people, and I started forming relationships. Y'all, I didn't come there to form a relationship. I came to make money. So there was my dilemma, and I was like, why am I forming these relationships? I guess because I'm a relationship people. I love people. I love dealing with the public. I would never have a desk job to where I had to sit at a desk and do numbers and computers all day. It's not me. I need to talk to people. But I didn't think I was going to form any relationships. Like I said, I came there to do my talent, to make my money, and to go forth and move on to other things. But hence God had other plans. I formed relationships, and I was there longer, twice as long as I planned on being there. But as I was being there, my body just started this place was not the ideal place at all. I really didn't care for my surroundings. I have a level of expectations when it comes to that, and this place definitely was not feeling that. And I thought that if I was going to represent something and exercise my talent, I needed to be in the environment that was conducive of what my talent was. Y'all, I felt I was starting to let my talent, it's not a job for me, it's not work, but it started to feel like work. And I thought, this is not it. I need to go. And then I said to myself, and do what? There's a lot of things that I know how to do. There's a lot of degrees and certificates I hold, so I'm not going to be jobless. But what am I going to do that doesn't feel like work at this stage in my life? Yeah, at this age. I've been to work. I'm over going to work. I want to go exercise my talent. But this place was breaking me down. And because the environment wasn't conducive to what I really liked or was accustomed to, it was breaking me down. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I not supposed to do this? What is really going on? This is horrible. And then, y'all, my motto is go to work, do your job, be friendly, and go home. I'll be friendly. Y'all to hear me say make friends. Be friendly and go home. I have this thing about work relationships. They normally are trauma bonds, and once you have overcame a trauma, it's usually not a relationship. But there's some relationships that I have surpassed that, but I normally don't get involved. So I just was like, even the people that I were working with, we didn't have issues, but we were having trauma bonds because of our environment. Didn't I tell y'all I don't do trauma bonds? And so we trauma bonding. I'm like, okay, this is bad, because if you're trauma bonding with your workmates, that is not a good thing. Yes, it is always nice to have a friend. I am not in the No New Friends Club. It's always nice to have a friend, but a trauma bond is a whole nother thing, and we will definitely talk about that. So, trauma bonds, the environment's not conducive, and it's starting to feel like work. Strike 1, 2, and 3. I need to go. And did I mention that this was breaking my body down? Y'all, it was breaking my body down. And I've been doing this for years. It would never do that to me. I know I'm getting older, but I was getting broken down because of conditions in my environment. And I said, God, why do you give me this talent? And then why am I here? Am I supposed to make a difference? Why am I here? And I knew it was the relationships. And even the trauma bond that I had with my coworkers, because I actually got to befriend my coworkers, but at the same time, I was, I lent an ear. So I learned to stop complaining about my situation and just listen to my coworkers. I definitely wasn't going to fuel the fire. When there was a gripe about our job or about their job, because I like I said, I was trying not to go to work. I wasn't calling it work, but about the position. And so I would lend an ear for that. So I was available to hear them and just give them a lot of rhetorical advice. And so then I said, God, why? I'm bringing my body down, my mind. This is crazy. And then I even started talking to my spouse, and he said, you know what? You're on a journey. And I said, you're absolutely right. are so right, because God would not send you on a journey with flat tires. The people, his people of Israel, when he sent them across that wilderness for 40 years, the one thing, well, there's several things, but one main thing was their shoes did not wear out. Y'all, we can't even wear shoes for a year. You can't even wear some shoes for months, and your shoes need to be replaced. Especially mine. I'm on my feet. I replace my shoes often because I know I am walking. When you get 10,000 steps a day on a pair of tennis shoes, you gotta change them shoes often. You gotta change those shoes often. So I said, listen, you are so right. Their sandals did not wear out because they were on a mission. They were on their way. Now, we all know, well, most of us know, they didn't act right on the way and they didn't get to go to their final destination. But he let their children go. But we're not in the same category as them because, you know, we can talk about Jesus. So when we're set out on a journey, if that's where we're supposed to go, it is promised to us. We have everything that we need to get us to where we need to go. Well, I'll be shamalam, I say. We got what we need to get to where we need to go. We got the sandals that will not wear. We got the sandals. We also have manna. We're being fed because, y'all, I didn't lag in my talent. I didn't lag in my clients. My clientele was growing. Something that like I said, that wasn't my initial purpose. But it was starting to happen because I was going where I believed that God was sending me to go. And so while I was there, I needed to be whom he set me out to be. You get it? So we have everything that we need inside of us to get us where we need to go. Now, am I where I need to go? Nope, but I'm on my journey. I realize that. And even from that job, it has set me on a particular journey. And so I know this much, that although my feet may hurt, my back may ache, my eyes may get tired, I still have everything that I need to get to where I need to go. My shoes aren't worn in that aspect. I have my manna. So I want you to remember that God has set you on a path. Y'all, and you know how you know that you're on this path? Because it will use your talent. That's what they call God-given talent. It will use your talent and it will seem effortless. There is something or things that you know how to do that are effortless. Y'all, I have a cousin, and I swear anything she puts her hands on, she is just so creative, and it is beautiful. Y'all, she used to make these floral, and I know she'll make them anytime. These floral arrangements, gorgeous, beautiful. She excels in her talent. Then she took that talent and she started cake decorating. Oh my gosh. Now she's an award-winning cake decorator. Yes, I say that because I know she won an award for her cake. Her cakes, excuse me. So that's her talent. That's her God-given talent. It is effortless. She does it effortless, and it's beautiful. And in the end result, it blesses others. That's how you know that you have the talent given by God, because it's going to work out. You're going to be in line with whatever is going on. You're going to be able to live from it wholly. Now, it's not going to always make you rich, but it's going to make you live wholly, fulfilled, and you'll be able to bless others with it. That's a God-given talent. And everything that you need, you possess if you just walk in the right direction. If you just walk in the right direction. That's all it takes. Yep, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. Listen, someone loves and cares for you more than you will ever know. They just haven't told you yet. I hope that you have an awesome day. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this. And I hope that you use what you need to get to where you need to go. All right? Love you.